Here we are at the Pullman Hotel. New beginnings, July 20th, next Saturday night here in the middle of the city, of Brisbane City at King George Square. And, you know, as the name of the event, New Beginnings, it is a new beginnings for a lot of the fighters on the card. Dennis, I'm excited, you know. July 20th, honestly, like if you're a boxing fan and you live in Brisbane and you're not at the Pullman Hotel on July 20th, you're mad to miss the quality that's going to be on the night, you know. When we go through the card, and talking to you just before about the journey, your journey as well. You got Aaron Russell, who's the main event, which I love his story. You got Trent Broadhurst, who's done the same as you. He's been at the pinnacle of the sport, you know. Then you got Benny Marnie, you know, just newly signed with DDP, who's one of the success stories of converting from Muay Thai over to boxing. He's undefeated, 7-0. Even the quality from your gym at Stretton, you know. We got Andrew Hunt, who is one of, I believe, he's the next big thing for Australia. And you got Zach Sugarbass, who's in your corner, making his professional debut after 50-odd amateur fights. That's right. So when you do look at the sort of card that's coming up next week, it's got everything. You got Ezra James, who is an R&B local singer, you know, big following there, taking on a more experienced boxer in James Langridge. So yeah, we've got two Logan boxers on the card. The main event, Aaron Russell, which we were just talking about his journey so far, that it's been amazing that he's taken every step needed to take from state title, national title, now regional title. Then we've got Trent Broadhurst, who's on the comeback, sort of on the path now, really wanted to get the big fights on the world scene, but proving that he's still a real threat.
I mean, the talent pool that comes from Logan boxing is good, and the mentality there, which I love, and shown with Aaron Russell, is that step up from having your fights to then state titles, then national, and then work your way up. And so you take those steps that are needed, you know, you get there and you're ready for the next level because you've worked your way to that point. And so it's very exciting for Aaron Russell. It's another couple of smart fights, and who knows what could happen. Could be world champion, you know, it's all there for the taking. But the right steps and measures have been taken, and fair play to him and the team for doing so.
Yeah, this is a must-win for Aaron, I think. You know, this will be a pivotal moment of his career, that if he loses, he'll really look at the drawing board and see what's next.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the same as Trent. This is a pivotal moment for Trent as well, because he needs to win this fight to show that he's still a real threat in the boxing scene, and he does want the big fights. So for a lot of you people that don't know, Trent has been at the very pinnacle of boxing, fighting main event on an Eddie Hearn card in Monaco at the Monaco Casino, 4 world titles. So he's been on the world stage, and that's the quality that's fighting on July 20th.
I mean, also with that fight over Monaco, he took on one of the biggest punchers in the division. Like, it's nearly scary how good that actual So fair play to him for taking that guy on. It's obvious he wants to get back there again and do it again. And on Saturday he takes that next step.
He does want the big fight, so he wants to prove that he's still the best cruiserweight in Australia. These
are the sort of challenging moments that will make or break a fighter. So Saturday night is going to be massive in terms of that for him, and I would expect fireworks, because if this is his last shot at it, he's going to come with everything, and it's going to make for a very exciting fight.
Yeah, that's right, it will be. You know, so the quality coming from your gym is now, here they are, you know, fighting July 20th.
Yeah, it's extra special night for me also, because obviously with the boys from Stretton on there as well. Zach, you don't want to blink with Zach, because he punches like a mule, and if he brings that to the ring on Saturday night, which I know he will, expect fireworks.
What's your take on that fight? Like, you got Luke Medini taking the fight, who just come off a first round knockout in his pro debut last week against Rob Barron, and he's been in your gym sparring Joe Goodall. Everyone split 50-50 in this fight, where when I put a poll up of who wins between Zach and Luke, it was dead heat, 50% of votes, you know.
And that's what I'm hearing as well. Everybody's thinking, wow, like, some people can't pick a winner on that one. And these are the types of fights that boxing needs, you know, these sort of fights where fighters are willing to put it on the line to emerge victorious and kick on to the next stage. So it's just it's a tough one to call, but obviously I'll be back in Sugar Bass all the way, and I'm excited for it. So with Andrew Hunt, I mean, Glenn is very excited about Andrew. We've been there, we've been seeing him spar, and I sparred Andrew before, and I thought, what a tough kid. But now he's up there, and he's had a couple of pro fights, and he's obviously grown in confidence, because the skill level, he actually one of my all-time favourites was Prince Nassim, and he actually reminds me a bit of Prince Nassim.
Yeah.
So to see that coming out of a gym, out of Stretton Gym, and going to be showcased here on Saturday night is very, very exciting. And I'll be glued to that fight.
Yeah, you know, that's another exciting boxer that I love promoting because it actually holds a little something special to me. Like me and Andrew used to train together when he was an 8-year-old kid. So to see him from an 8-year-old kid training out at Woodridge Garage at Barry Sewell's to now this full-grown man that he is, he's a phenomenal boxer with a very big future.
Massive future.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll just keep getting better and better as he keeps working in the gym and as his confidence grows.
Oh yeah, so on our last card in April when you were in Mexico, Andrew fought James Langridge, and people that didn't know Andrew thought it was a mismatch because James is a full-grown, very fit man, tall, 70 kilo sort of adult, and Andrew has the baby face, looks like a kid. So when everyone saw Andrew walk out, then James walk out, everyone's like, oh no, this poor kid's got to get. But when the bell went, I think it's sort of like with all the Stretton fighters, as soon as that bell goes, they're a different beast, they're a different animal, and he just came out strong and stopped James in the second round. So
yeah, I mean, there's one thing he also has as well on top of the flat and the speed and all that. He's got that killer instinct.
That's right.
I've seen a couple of his stoppages, and he really goes in for the kill.
That's right.
He sees blood and he moves.
Yeah, and as a fight fan, you know, you want to see quality knockouts. You don't want to see someone sort of fight a taxi driver and just sort of bowl over a very fat, unfit bloke. You want to see a quality fighter fight another quality fighter and knock him out, which is what you get with Andrew, no matter, I think, whoever you put in front of him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm very excited about that fight with Benny Mahoney. Benny Mahoney, I had heard of him and I had seen him on that big fight in Suncorp when he got a win up there. And then while I was locked in to fight Jamie Munguia, we needed very strong physical opponents for sparring, and Benny Mahoney was called in, and mate, he was brilliant. I mean, if I was going to rematch Munguia, he would be my first pick for my main sparring partner for that fight. Excellent power, great physicality, and also on top of that, his mindset is really good. Something that sparked me about him was his mindset. He wants the best. He wants to take on the best. Doesn't want any shortcuts and wants to just go straight for it. So, and the way he speaks about it, I think he's got a great team. He's got, he's come from MMA. And he's had John Wayne Parr as his coach as well in MMA.
Kickboxing.
Muay Thai, and obviously there's nothing soft about that. You've got John Wayne Parr in your corner teaching you anything. You're going to be tough. So he's brought that toughness and that experience into boxing, and he's undefeated. He's 7-0 now.
7-0, yeah.
7-0, and looking to make it 8-0, and he wants the hard fights.
That's right.
So
he's got a hit list, which is all anyone in Australia that's above him ranked at the moment. That's his hit list for the next 2 years. He wants those tough fights. He wants the Timmy Zoos. He wants the Camilleries. He wants those fights.
I mean, as long as he's not coming from me, because I'm also the same way.
That's right.
But other than that, obviously we're a team at DDP, so yeah.
That's true.
So I mean, I'm really excited about that fight. That's one of the best ones for me.
Benny Mahoney, trust me, that's a name you're going to hear in the future. I think everyone on this card, they're all coming in for the win. There's not one mismatch on this card, which it has everything. It's going to have the entertainment factor. It's going to have the quality boxers and quality opponents as well. So really looking forward to it. So New Beginnings, the reason we've named the show New Beginnings is we've got a lot of people that have reinventing themselves for the first time, having the professional debut very early on at the start of their careers of what's going to be, the world at their feet. They are the next Dennis Hogans. They are the next Jeff Horns that are going to be fighting next Saturday night. I'm excited. It's going to be some great fights. It's going to be a good night of fights. With
some of the fighters there, they've got to reinvent themselves, and I think New Beginnings is an excellent title for that because a couple of times throughout your career you may have to reinvent yourself. Especially coming off a big loss, you need to. What do I need to do better? How can I learn from that? How can I become better? And I think on this card, and I love the fact, that it's here in the Pullman Hotel. To be honest with you, I love the city vibe of Brisbane, and the Pullman is right in the middle of the city, but it's still easy access. But it's great to be here at King George Square. There's a great vibe about the place, and I just feel like it's a great place to have fights. For that, it's very exciting.
Looking forward to it. We'll see you Saturday night, the 20th of July, here at the Pullman Hotel. New Beginnings.
Boom.
Boom.